that we've spoken about the jackpot people, I also wanted to talk about, there are people who are just starting from scratch, no form of experience, and all of that. What would you say to them?
Hello, welcome to University of Facts and Drafting. So that was a snippet of the chat that I had with Oma Chinwendu, who is a multiple award-winning fashion designer and the creative director of the July by Oma brand. You can head on to Instagram to actually check her out at July by Oma to see the amazing way that she has actually built her brand. Now this is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, please follow the link in the description box to watch part 1 so that you can have a clearer understanding of what is being discussed here.
Please, can you attend to the question from the bottom to the top this time, because the first is the last question. Oh, sorry. Do you have a bridal training class? Yes, I have a bridal training class as well. Yeah. If you follow me on Instagram, I would announce it after the pricing masterclass. And then I think someone was asking if Oma trains. Yes, Oma has physical and online classes as well. I'll allow her join so that she can actually talk more about the other services she offers. Okay. So welcome back. It's almost like we took a tea break to drink water and do a couple of things.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry to the ones we missed their questions. Oh, we are so sorry. You can actually type the questions. Maybe now would as the questions are coming in, we can stop at different points to address them.
To do from top to bottom instead of from bottom to top.
Okay. So if you still have more questions that were sent in to you, you can still go ahead and answer that. We just
Okay. So someone said there's always the clamor for creating a niche. Can't we do it all, meaning bridal, custom made, and ready to wear on the same Instagram page?
You can actually. You can have it. The only thing is just for you to create it in a way that you are not jamming the page. You have to, everything is balanced. I'll just say balance, baby. Just look for a way to balance it up so that the page is not choked up. That's why most, especially if it gets to the point where you have your ready to wear. You know why most people put everything together? Because sometimes it's taxing to post on this page and post on this other page. Keeping up with both pages. That's why most people want to post. Yes, that's why most people want to post everything at the same time. You can arrange it. Look for a way to, if you see that you can't keep up with both pages, you can arrange it.
And then, I think I did a few earlier in the week, and I was saying something like, even Nike has like different pages. Do you understand? So, because what a lot of people advise is if the different niches serve different customers, then you should have pages. But if you're serving the same customer base, then I think you can actually put everything together. Then someone was asking, before we closed, we ended the last one. Someone was asking if you offer training.
If I do what?
Offer training.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I offer training. Yes, I offer physical training. The next class, the next batch is starting February 7th. Yes, I do. Sorry, please. Someone said 7 style and fashion. Network member. I don't know if my question was answered. I don't know either, but you can drop your question again and we'll see if it was answered.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, we're saying something. Yes, please.
Yeah, so let's talk about your own training so that the people who...
Okay, we have the program for 3 months and for 6 months, and there's also a 1-month crash program where everything that would be taught in 6 months or in 3 months is put together in 1 month. Especially that's like I usually say that the Japa package. There are people that want to learn it, quick because they are relocating and all of that. Yes, there's a module for them, and there's a 3 months and there's a 6 months. So for the 3 months, the 3 months is spread across. We have like our course module for the 6 months and for the 3 months. So for the 3 months, it's covering both your corsets down to your pattern drafting, the measurements, your trousers, your jumpsuits, and all of it. So the same way for the 6 months. But now, why it's 3 months and why it's 6 months? You have more time, the duration. Instead of rushing it up in 3 months, it can actually be spread in a way that it gives you time. But the only difference is that the fee is different from the 3 months and from the 6 months. Yes, and then the online corset class, the online corset masterclass. That's what we have for now.
Okay. Then, now that we've spoken of Japa people, a lot of people who have relocated call me to ask, and this is one of the reasons why I actually did this live, because a lot of people actually call to ask my advice on how to start when they relocate. Do you understand? Someone
Yes.
Yes, we say.
Sorry, somebody said our brothers are just waking up. Sorry, the videos are saved. She's saving all the videos. Don't worry, she got you.
Yeah, I'm saving it. Don't worry.
Yes.
I think it's on your page too now.
Okay. Did you if you tag me, I think it will,
okay.
if you did you invite me as a collaborator?
I don't know these things now.
Don't worry, you get a hang of everything. Yeah. You get a hang. Like if you invite me as a collaborator, it will pop up on my page when I accept. When you want to post it, there is this option where you see tag and invite collaborator. Yeah, so when you invite a collaborator, it pops up too on my page. So when I accept, yes, don't worry, you get Instagram. Yeah, you will.
Okay, so we're talking about the Japa people. Like, what advice would you give them? What would you say? Because the real problem actually is that a lot of them had to run business when they were in Nigeria before they relocated. However, they now relocated and they failed. It's almost like they failed when they were running it here. Do you understand? But they relocated and their option they're just trying to see if they can actually still explore this whole fashion option. Do you understand? So they usually call to say, okay, what's my advice? How would I just give them general advice to start.
Okay. For the advice, it's going to be limiting for me because I'm not done the Japa plan, so I don't know. I'm still here when my business started. So, but what I would say is you have to first understand, because the truth is relocating to a whole new environment is completely different. Do you get? Relocating is a different. Sorry, please. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, I'm with you. So, relocating to a new environment or somewhere you've never been before is a whole different ballgame. So you have to take your time. Don't just jump into the market, because I know that it's not. Most countries are not structured like Nigeria that you can do some things. There they emphasize on tax, all of those. If you are running from home, if you have to get a space, these things, they pay close attention to all of it. So you have to take your time. I had this client, she's also a fashion designer, and she said something. She said that sorry. She said something that she doesn't have access to fabrics or to things the way we have access to them here in Nigeria. And it's, excuse me. Sorry, please.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she was saying that she doesn't have access to what we have here. Like, when you just wake up and you go to Lagos Island, or you go to it and just get materials. They don't really have all those materials like that, or she doesn't really understand where to get them. So I would just say, take your time. If you can be making, first I will advise you start with maybe selling off online. Maybe make something from the comfort of your home before, while you're using that to study your environment. Then thank God for a lot of online platforms where you can actually sell off. You can sign up there, start selling, and gradually you will understand the market. It's not something you have to rush. Sorry. Thank you. Okay.
There's one
Okay.
question.
Somebody just said something. He said you can start making clothes for people at their church or mosques and gradually build out of it. That's a good option. Sorry. Yeah, that's actually a very good option. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can actually do that. Okay,
Yes.
so
What?
okay, so now that we've spoken about the jackpot people, I also wanted to talk about, there are people who are just starting. Do you understand? Like they're starting from scratch. No form of experience, and all of that. What would you say to them?
Starting from the scratch, the same thing. Because if when you relocate, you're still starting from the scratch.
Nigeria, no, this is
Okay, in
Nigeria.
Nigeria, okay. If you're starting from the scratch, for me, I believe before you get to that scratch, you must have started somewhere. You were already learning, and in your learning process, what you're doing should be able to earn you a level of trust from people. Now, if you're sewing, people just, once you just tell someone, oh, I'm learning how to sew, and when they see something on you, that's your market, like, oh, you made this, Abby. Okay, let me wear it. Do you understand? Can you make something from me? So I would not tag it. I think here in Nigeria we have more leverage than those people that are outside, because the moment people see something on you, they want you to make for them. Even if they have their tailors, they want you to. So I won't really tag it as starting from the scratch. So while you're learning, you're actually building your portfolio. You're building something gradually. So before you start fully. So I would not say just wake up and start, but if you started from the scratch, that's like you have the money and you just want to open a fashion house. Now you employ tailors. We've already discussed it like earlier. Employ tailors and maybe learn on the job. That's what, if you don't want to learn, if you don't want to go through the background process and all. Sorry, please. I noticed from our question part, someone's asking you how much is your pricing class?
Okay, the pricing masterclass for the
yes.
Till, I think for the next 3 days till 3rd is 10,000. After the 3rd, the pricing masterclass is actually on the 5th. So after the 3rd is 15,000. So from now till 3rd is when? I think 3rd is tomorrow. Yeah.
Next tomorrow.
Next tomorrow, okay. So next tomorrow is 10,000. After then it's going up to 15,000.
You heard though, better take advantage of this.
So
because I know there was a time it was 5,000. Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry, people thought she was joking.
Exactly.
When I now saw 10, I was like, yeah, you just said I think 8,000. You're like, I was like, yes, this you mean business, because some people, even the same thing happened with my concept. When I was saying it was 10,000, they were like, oh, maybe. And though I got a plea, because when I put it out, it was too soon and all. Though I got a plea too, but I don't know why Nigerians wait till you up the price, or they think you are joking.
Exactly.
When you're saying, oh, it's going up, oh, and they think maybe it's a marketing strategy. So this one is not a market. She means business, because I knew when it was 5K and I knew when it was 8K, right? And then 10,000. So she really means business. Yeah. So
who have been DMing me since and saying, oh, so when it was 5K, sorry, I wanted to pay, but
just imagine. So now you're hearing it's 10,000. Please take advantage. Okay. So I saw another one. Okay, please, ma, what do we do with less or no visibility at all? I think before we ended this, I said, do everything. See, you know when they say, do everything. See, when your village people are pursuing you, be chasing them back. Collaborate, spend money on ads. If you have to pause to take a class, maybe when you see that, okay, I'm not taking good pictures, look for platform that sell classes for pictures. Look for platform that teach you on content creating. See, look for everything. Do everything possible. Go live. Do everything. There is no how one would not yield positive results. So okay, even when we post every day, that's what I'm saying. Even when you post, depending on what you are posting, use your hashtag, use your caption. How do you direct them? Don't just post and assume people will know. I know people don't read, so that's why even when you post your video, you have to talk, put it, direct them. Don't just leave them hanging. Tell them read caption. So all of these things can also assist you. You say there's always the clamor for creating a niche. Can't we? Okay, you already read that out. Okay,
Then the
okay. I
second
think
one, how much can I pay a full-time worker for a start?
how much can you what?
Pay a full-time worker for a start.
See, when it comes to how much you can pay, your environment, one, is your first base. Because you cannot say because XYZ, I heard XYZ is paying her tailor so and so amount, me too, I will pay. What is your tailor doing for you? What are you doing for your tailor? Are you the person that is going to be cutting and giving to your tailor to sew? Or is your tailor going to sew unsupervised? All of this money is different. Abi are different. Do you understand? It cannot be the same. If you can't pay a joiner the same amount you're going to pay your full-time tailor that is going to start an outfit from start to finish. So this part is going, I think maybe, I don't know if your pricing class covers that or something. So it's now, if you're going to pay your tailor, so all of these things you have to, I think it's a personal thing with your business. Yeah. So
Yeah, because someone DM'd me, a couple of people have DM'd me to ask, oh, how much? I think they haven't tailors who have even DM'd me to say, how much do you think is okay for me to collect, for the staff? And I can't, honestly, I really can't determine that. If you are on,
yes,
you would know that tailors on the island are way more expensive than tailors on the mainland. So,
and I still know tailors on the mainland that charge almost what is on the island, depending on what the tailor is bringing to the table. So that's why I said it's the tailor one and what you are doing. Like, you have to understand your business. You have to understand what your business can pay. So that you're not going to be that boss that when it's time to pay your staff, you not remember the ancient thing they did in maybe January 1st at 9 p.m. That's why you want to deduct their money, because you want to be, because you want, your money is not enough. So you know how much is coming in for you. Do you understand?
True.
Yeah.
I think I saw a question.
Sorry.
I think I saw one more question before we round up.
Yeah. So I think I saw a question. So that's why I said you say, are all these online, please? I can only do online class. For me,
Okay.
the only online class is the corset class. She has I think you have various classes. I think most of your classes are online.
Line actually.
Yes, she has yes, you can go through her bio and she has classes online, most of her classes. But for my 3 months and the 6 months and the 1 month is
Where is your location?
yes,
Because it'd be nice.
Surulere, Lagos.
Surulere. She's in Surulere. So if you
Yes.
want, physical classes in Surulere, she's your go-to person. Yeah, you can
Yes, so
check out her page. Her page is awesome. She does really nice work.
yeah.
So, in conclusion, now, like, what would you say to tailors going through a rough patch? The thing is, right, in this business, there are different stages. There are different kinds of challenges you deal with at different stages. So, at your initial stage, when you start, you will struggle a lot with fit issues. Do you understand? Because obviously, you're just starting. Being able to achieve a really good fit on the first try stems from majorly experience. Do you understand? So the more you do, you know what you shouldn't do, you know what won't turn out well, and all of that. So with experience, your fit issues would reduce. But initially, after fit issues, I think you deal with tailors. After tailors, you start to deal with your cash flow, pricing and cash flow and all that. So at each of these stages, what would you advise? And as I said, how do you deal with fear and anxiety? I always feel like I'm not good enough or something. Is that what I'm planning to start bespoke? Oh, okay. So you can. So I think this hair exclusive. I think she's one of my online students.
Okay.
Someone who has bought one of my online.
Okay. Okay, let me take it one after the other. So, thank you very much, Terry. I don't know. There's so sometimes when I talk for too long, I start choking.
Yeah, it happens to me too. So what I'm sweet or something.
Yeah. Sorry to go. Thank you very much. Okay, then before I answer that, someone said I have this problem. I face this problem of getting fabrics. I don't know where you are located, so you can take out time.
I think that question cropped up when you were talking about the abroad people that were.
Oh, okay. Yes, see, that's a challenge. I've heard that, like, where to get fabrics. Yes, I've heard that. This is so, but I mean, Nigeria, it's only what is around me I can advise you. So maybe you just take out time to maybe have friends, just scout, because see, that's another thing about this thing. You can just take out time and go through the market. You'll be amazed at what you can discover. Because I even do it sometimes. Like before I became like choked up. Even sometimes when I go to the market, I just take out my time and I walk around the market. That's why most people tell me that you know this market very well, because I go into the inner places to.
That
I take
concept you can source fabrics online.
So okay. Let me, for the first question was how do you advise, please run it through, how do you advise?
Andrew, what would you say to tailors that are going through a rough patch?
Okay, yes, the thing is, first, be passionate about what you're doing. Be passionate about it. I used to say sometimes tough times do last, and sometimes tough times don't last. Do you get? Sorry. Please excuse me.
Sorry. Okay, I think there's one question.
So sorry, I just needed to take out that time to breathe. Sorry.
Yeah. You can even take like even 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yes, so I just had to take out that time to breathe. Sorry.
And just imagine. So much more. Be answering it.
Yeah. Okay. I think yes. So yeah, like I was saying, I said sometimes tough times do last and sometimes it doesn't. If you feel, because I do feel burnout too. Sometimes I just burn out, or even blank, or don't know what to do. I would take a break. A day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. But try as much as possible not to dwell on that point or how you feel. Yeah, just try your possible best not to dwell there. Once you've seen, be self-motivated. Motivate yourself out of it. I have, most times I always have like a lot of mental conversations with myself. I talk to myself like I'm talking to a real person. Like sometimes it just feels like, okay, Oma, come and sit down. This is a time to have serious conversation. Snap out of this. Like, okay, you've been in these feelings for like too long. How can you get out of it? If I have to cry, I cry. If I have to break, like I let myself break down, like finish. Then I said, okay, now you feel good, yeah, stand up. So if you're going through a patch or a rough part at that time, feel it. It's okay to feel it. Then afterwards, do not just dwell on it. You always come out of it. Do you understand? You always come out of it. But I know some people don't, but I would just say find a way to come out. If you have to talk to friends, maybe stop for a while. It's okay. You are not a failure. Your mental health too. If you can win on your mental health, that's big. That's a huge win too. A win is a win, regardless. Yeah. So and then you asked. Yeah. So there's one more question.
Yeah, person said recommend photography. Some. I know there's this big, right? I think I follow her on Instagram. Photography chick or something.
Yeah, there's even one. Yeah, there are a lot of them. Just type for people that teach that. I think there's one smart something. they are smart photographers. So there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. Yes, there are a lot of them that
For
run.
one, whenever we start to suggest more
Yes,
people.
to start suggesting. Okay, someone said, what can you say to someone that is starting? Okay, that was the one you asked. The fear that is
Okay,
starting
yeah.
a bespoke brand but has some fear in them. There's a strong feeling of, what if I don't meet up with a customer? Okay, let me tell you this weird thing about me. If the style don't scare me, I don't run it. Sometimes,
Really?
sometimes when some clients send me some I don't like, most times I suggest some kind of styles to them that
More
on
complex.
my own, in my head, I'll just be like, oh my, like wala sha,
Eh,
like what they're going to use to beat you, but you run it. So I think fear is good. Fear is good, yeah. So, but now that fear keeps you on your toes, because the lady I learned with, she told me something. She said, oh my, what's the worst thing that can happen? You ruin the fabric, Abby. That's a very bad advice. But that advice kept me on my toes. She just told me, say, cut that clothes. Now, what I would advise you in such situation, that's at that time, that was what she could offer. But now I know better. So I would say, okay, if you're scared, take time, get a demo fabric.
exactly.
Maybe,
More complex.
yes, get a demo fabric. Play with it first. See what the outcome. Trust me, if you make an error here, when you're making it again,
You will make
when you're actually working on it, you won't make the same mistake. So fear is good, but you have to, sorry,
that. Sorry.
you have to be sure of what you are doing. You have to be very sure of what you are doing. You have to be sure that you know your onions very well. Because if the fear is the fear of not being able to interpret, don't take a style you cannot interpret. When clients send a style inspiration to me, I tell you something. I said it's two things. I will be able to interpret to the best of my understanding. So give me the chance to, if you want exactly like a replica, I would try to interpret to the best of my understanding and make sure I give you something close or even better than what you sent. But if you're insisting that I have to copy everything word for word, I know the designer that made the outfit. I can link you people up.
Exactly.
That's the, see, go
I
and meet
think
the
we should not,
designer.
honestly, I think we should just even stop that whole trying to completely copy someone's because you don't have
Yes,
the
so I will tell
pattern.
you, yes, I tell you that I would infuse my own thing. When I see
Yeah,
your style inspiration, I'll tell you the alterations I'm going to make. I tell them that. But if you say you want it word, because the thing is, a lot of, there's some outfits I see online, and I'll just know that this is as a result of a mistake.
yeah,
You
true.
cannot tell me anything. And now I don't know what that designer was feeling at that point. We are not even in the same realm or in the same atmosphere. And now you want me to do the same thing for you. Sorry, I would, even if you screenshotted it and you forgot who made it, I would take my time to help you look for who made it. Go and meet that person. Do you understand? So if your fear is the fear of not interpreting, don't take a style you can't interpret. You're not sure of you. And if you have to interpret it, let the person understand that you're going to put your touch into that style. Let them always understand it. So that saves you. But that, if it's a fear of if every other thing has been cross-checked and your T's and your I's are dotted, then go ahead. Fear is okay. Fear is
Yeah,
okay. Because at the end of the day, you see that small trail. Even the best performing artists, and before they go on stage, they always have that fear. What if? What if? What if? So that fear is actually okay. That's what keeps you on the edge to want to deliver your best. So it's okay.
yeah, perfect. So we're rounding up. We're coming to the end of this. So if you have questions, just quickly,
Yes,
say
Jade and Prescott said you can source for fabrics online. You can source for materials online, but sometimes they say they don't get. There's this feeling where you are touching, you feel the texture of your fabric. I have a friend I used to order from China. When it comes today, what she's getting is different from what she got the last time. There's a difference when you feel your fabric. You can still order. That's why you see some designers travel to Turkey to feel their fabric themselves. They always, but you can try online and see how it goes. Yeah, that's a good advice. Yes. Can you recommend? Okay, you've answered that. Okay. How do you deal with fear? Okay, I think we've answered. I'm planning to start the bespoke. Yes, yes. So
I think we basically
thank you so
gone.
much. Thank you very much. Don't mind them. We'll do this live. Whether they try to take the voice or not, we are going to do. We are doing it already. Don't mind them. Okay, yeah. So for the recommendation, you just check. Instagram will help. Instagram knows how to do that. That's their job. Just type one thing, and they bring everybody that sells it to your doorstep. Sometimes it's choking and annoying. Sometimes I used to be scared to search for something because I know that the next thing I'm seeing on my explore page or my timeline is plenty people. So just type, and Instagram will help you do it.
Okay, someone said, how many days can someone take to interpret a style? How many days can you tell your clients that you get back about the style?
I didn't get that.
How many days can someone take to interpret a style? How many days can you tell your clients that you'll get back about the style?
It's a personal thing. It's based on your brand. For us, we run 24 to 72 hours tailoring services. Now, why I can boldly say that is because I have a structure on ground. So it depends on you. And now, there are certain outfits that I can't accept to pull up at that time. Because if it's some outfit that is very technical, or I don't accept. So when I see what the outfit is, that's why when you say, oh, I want an outfit within 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, I tell you, can I see that style? And when I see that style is not possible, I'll tell you, can we go for something else? Let us explore our options. But if you insist on it, I know they carry the one way past me, because they will say, oh, you've disappointed. So I try as much as possible. So that's based on you. What is your work? What's your workforce? What can you do? It's not something, because I can tell you a day or two, and you take one job and you're on it on 1 week. So it depends on you and your brand and the structure you have in place.
Okay.
Yes.
Someone said I've been tailoring for some years now, but I've been doing it all wrong. This year I'm starting all over, but getting the right clients has been difficult. What can I do?
So for yourself, start with you. Be the brand. You are the brand. Be the market. Start with yourself. Start whipping up everything. Sew everything.
Yes, I think one of the things is, right, when people now decide, oh, okay, they've been doing it wrong, maybe in terms of pricing, and all of that, and then they decide to increase their price. As they increase their price, most people think that they will increase their price and all their former customers would still patronize them. The honest truth is, when you increase your price, some customers are very price sensitive. Do you understand? So once you increase that price, definitely just have that at the back of your mind. Definitely lose some customers. Do you understand? It is that loss of customers that's always making people scared, making them feel like their world is about to end.
It's for a while.
Yeah, it's just for a while.
It's for a while. That period, you need to groom yourself.
Yeah.
Work on yourself so that those customers that are left because of the price, by the time they see what you are putting out there, they'll just be like, okay, this person actually did a real upgrade. Yeah. Yes, do you understand? So while you are doing it, make outfits for yourself. Prepare for shoots. Do things. Now, what you are putting out there is now going to be the enticing. Like the person will be like, okay, this is why this person decided to step back and come forth. So now you're coming back with a force. So when you're coming back, when you want to increase your price, especially for old clients, you've mentioned that. You can say I pay very close attention to your page. You've mentioned that. So when you want to increase your price, yes, don't just up and increase it. Especially for old clients, bit by bit. Yes, tell them that if I'm doing so and so thing for you, this has changed. I'm infusing this. This is so amount. I've added like 10%, 20%, 15%. Now, your new clients, you let them know this is your price. Now, for those old clients, let them understand when they are referring people. I've had that situation where someone challenged me and was like, oh, you made an outfit for so XYZ, and now I want to make so and so thing. And the person is bringing something completely different from what I did for that old client and wants it at that same price. I'm not scared to tell you. I'll tell you what this person did is completely different. And as at that time, this was what I was charging, but this is what the price is now. I would do it in a way that we are going to try to communicate. But if you want to insist on that, I won't be able to. Don't just wake up and up your price because you heard that they are charging 200,000 so it's 200 or nothing. Meanwhile, you've not done a back end. You've not done something to yourself for you to wake up to charge 200. You get so
You spoke about
that's it. I wanted to just add to.
You spoke about something like that in your last Instagram live session where you said, don't just have high prices, you understand, offer value. You can't, like if you see designers that charge whatever thing you're aspiring to charge, when you see the quality of craftsmanship they offer, even you yourself as a designer, you'll be like, when you see stuff that Vicky James puts out, you understand, when you look at it, you will as a designer, wow.
Exactly. Yes.
Like that, then don't be aiming to charge that. Do you understand? So it's not just about charging. You have to offer value. Yeah, and then again, someone said not every customer. Who is Javi and Prescott? Hello, you're making a lot of sense on this slide. She said also not every customer is a customer. So yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
You have to know who is your person, and who isn't your person. And
yeah. Okay, sorry. The person that said getting the right customer. There is no right, there is no wrong customer. Do you get? Depending on what you're offering. There's no right, there's no wrong customer. Depending on what you're offering. What are you offering? Is the bottom line. I would rather use the word high-end customers. So depending on what you want to offer, there are customers that are high-end that that some customers that if you tell them, you might be doing something very great and you tell them what you're charging is 50. You'll be like, this it's too cheap. But when they hear 500,000, 300,000, they'll be like, this person is giving it to me. Now, for you to be able to call that amount, you must be doing something. So there's no right customer and there's no wrong customer. Okay, sorry. So you can continue. I didn't want to skip that.
Okay. Someone said what's the difference between freehand and pattern? That goes without saying. Freehand is freehand. They're cutting directly on the fabric. I mean, pattern drafting is the proper drafting professional patterns, right?
I didn't get that.
Someone said what's the difference between freehand and pattern drafting?
Freehand and pattern drafting. Freehand is you cutting directly on your fabric.
Exactly.
Like there is no if an error occurs, you don't even know where it came from. There's no referral. You can't go back to so many times when we're working and something happens to an outfit, I'll say, okay, can't bring the pattern for me. Let's see where our problem started from. So it's either from the paper or whoever cut the fabric. That's freehand. You're cutting directly on your fabric. You have limited chance to alterate or do some kind of thing or tweak or play around. Yes, it's restricting. So yes, and then pattern drafting is where you have to like draft on your paper, do all of your sketches, all of your manipulations, all of your body contouring on your paper. So that's the freehand. So it depends on where you want to. Okay.
Yeah, and when you draft patterns, you can actually see from the pattern, right, where the door is before you cut.
Yes. You're already visualizing, you're already seeing what it would look like. What you're not, because when it comes to freehand is like throwing a dice. There are people that have perfected it.
Freehand,
for me, I feel
formula.
Yeah.
Freehand. When you ask them, people who do freehand, when you ask them, why did you do this? They just say, you just cut it like this.
Yes. And did you know another thing again with me? There are situations I have such scenarios like you can't explain it. There's some kind of manipulations because I drop hacks and all that on my page and all. So there's some kind of manipulations that I know that okay now I will just have to study it before I can properly explain. There's a way you'll be doing some kind of, especially when you want to drape, where you throw your fabric or you're throwing the flow of the hand. You can't actually explain that. Do you understand? So there's some things that you can't explain. But when it comes to the rock bottom of pattern drafting, you should be able to know that so and so way is how you get it. But another thing I add is not carved in the stone. You can know your basics, and you are free to create. You are free to alter.
Yeah.
Some people will tell you, no, if it's not Anita Bro, if it's not Ellen Armstrong, it's not it. Every other way, it's error. Do you understand? Like, I like that face you did. That emo face. Do you understand? I bet someone posted, a fashion blog posted a job I did. And the lady took it upon herself to tell me that is not the right way to do the zipper. And I told her, I said, you don't know what is going on the inside of the clothes that made the zipper look this way. Do you understand? So I let people understand, see, be able to be flexible when it comes to fashion. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Be flexible, but know your basics. You know that.
You went in Armstrong and like you're following, and for how many years? 3 years or 5 years, you're still following. You have to have crafted your own.
Do you understand? And you know their body frame is different from our body frame. These people are they are slim, and we have thick women. We have like, you see this thing about maybe your back contouring or your bum contouring, and you cannot use. They don't have bum, and you want to tell me that because you are following it. Do you understand? So all those things are things that, so it's not carved to be open. So when it comes to freehand and pattern, you can actually infuse the two, but know your fashion yourself, understand it.
No, but one of the things that I would say is with pattern drafting, know your own. Like, I feel like each fashion house should craft their own method. So that when you have new tailors, it's almost like you familiarize them with your. It's almost like a company culture.
Yes.
Do you understand? How many?
Just like the way Mega Chicken is. Anywhere you go to eat, their food is almost like the same. Anywhere. So if you can do that, yes, that's actually good. So you have your pattern drafted so that anybody that comes in is running on it. There's a slate for the person. You're not bringing. Yes, so that's why I mentioned earlier that I'm always concerned about tailors that are flexible, so that you don't come and tell me it's my way or nothing. Yeah.
Can you please list those designers you just mentioned? I didn't get it clearly. Which designers?
Which designer? Is it the
I think
designers? Vicky's James? Or is it the pattern makers? I don't know. How do you link up with stylists? Okay, Ellen Armstrong. And then Natalie Bray, and then who else there? There are plenty of them.
Yeah. So perfect. I think we've tried people.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, like, how do you link up with stylists and fashion influencers? Maybe we'll have another one. So just pack your questions, send them to my DM or her DM, and she's very good at compiling.
Yeah, that question is very, very valid. Yeah, how do you reach out to stylists? Because it's very important. A lot of people underestimate the power of influencers. But you know that you can actually create a design, and you have an influencer wear your design, and you'll see the mad orders that will come in. And you literally realize that almost every day of the week, your tailors are working because the orders are back to back to back. So don't underestimate. See, Instagram and influencers, see all these things that seem new. Do you understand? Especially if you are sort of like an OG in this business. All these things that seem new, they actually bring money. So don't just feel like, oh, okay, Instagram is for the younger people, or maybe it's influencers.
And let me add to that part where you said brings money. You know, it's not all the. If you are lucky, you can get an influencer that just wants to wear your clothes. You should also keep money by the side if you're looking for a fashion influencer, because everybody's out the same way you're looking to get money. Unless you have those people that are lenient, that will tell you, okay, when the job starts coming in, you give me so and so. Oh, I love your brand. I want to influence.
All those people that will do that are the smaller influencers, and they might not have that much of an influence. The real people that will have an influence, you're probably going to pay them or something. So really,
I've actually worked with an influencer, or do I call her like a content creator? I think that she had a following of, I don't think her following was up to 3K. This was like 2019 into 2020, before the whole COVID thing. I don't think her followership was up to 3K, but the affluence she brought in was massive. So sometimes, sometimes you can start small.
Okay.
And now you see those small people, you can actually communicate with them. It's easy to, so you can, if don't, so that you will not break the bank trying to get fashion influencers. You can start small.
So that's true. Very true.
Yes, you can look for somebody that you can, okay, oh, so and so thing. This is how I want to go about it. This is what my say. Be honest. Do not be someone that wants to reap others or use other people. Because if you are a reaper or you want to use people, it's not sustainable. People would see
People
through
will
you.
sense it. Yeah,
Yes, people will see through you. So be as honest as possible. Okay, this is what it is. What, okay, oh, this is what my rate is. Okay, can we do it this way? But be ready to pay people for their service. Don't think that because you want to give this person clothes, be ready to spend money. You pursue some people. Just a friend I was talking, when she was telling me how much she spends on ad, I was like, are you serious?
Yes.
And when the person is now posting, I made 50 million from Instagram, like, there's money here. But you don't know what this person spends on only adverts alone. Getting influencer, getting this person, paying this content, paying so, you're paying for reels, you're paying for, because I know people that do shoot videos for just reels alone. So it's yeah, so that's, so by the time you check all of these things, there's a lot that goes, so you have to just look for a way to bring out money, look out for small brands or people you know you can work with. And you see this
Then
person's
also,
engagement.
like, yeah, then check
Yeah.
your circle. There's someone that knows somebody that knows somebody. During COVID, I think one of the things that COVID taught us is that everybody knows somebody. Because
Yes.
when one broadcast is sent from maybe someone in Ibadan or something like that, you get within an hour. So it just shows that everybody knows somebody. So check your circle. There should be someone in your circle that knows this that knows, you understand. So just utilize your circle well, but ensure that you are being fair and you're offering a fair deal, and so that it's sustainable. Do you understand? So I think we have tried. We really
Yes,
tried.
we have. We
Yeah.
have, like, this is like 2 hours. Two
Yeah, this is
hours plus.
yeah, 2 hours.
Yes, so
So first off, before we finish up, I wanted to talk about the pricing masterclass. So if you are one of those people, because a lot of people this is why we did this live actually. A lot of people send messages about being frustrated, not knowing where their money is going to, and all of that. And all that. If you're one of those people, you need to remember that when we were talking, we spoke about having different stages of different stages of your business.
sorry.
So now, when you have an issue, try to find out what the source of the problem is. Do you understand? Is it that you're not getting enough orders? If it's that you're not getting enough orders, you work on your marketing. Do you understand? If you're getting enough orders, but that means you're working 24/7 and your cash flow is terrible because maybe you're underpricing your services, then it's your pricing that is the problem. Do you understand? If you're dealing with fit issues, then it's your fit that is the problem.
Sorry, let me interrupt you here. That part of your pricing. Content queen, she taught me something. Say pay yourself.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
pay yourself too as a tailor. Like, if you make, as forget that you are the owner of the fashion brand and all. Pay the way you're paying your tailors, pay yourself. So sorry, I wanted to add that.
Yes, and even if you're a solopreneur, meaning that you're the only one doing everything at this point, pay yourself as a tailor and pay yourself as the owner of the business. It's very, very important. Like, because this is why when people finally employ tailors, they can't afford to pay those tailors because in their pricing formula, they only accounted for just, the employer, sorry, the person offering the service, the person paying the main. Do you understand? So you need to know what you're doing in terms of pricing. Anyways, you need to really know what you're doing in terms of pricing. You need to, in fact, as a business, honestly, you really need to understand. This is why when people call me to say, oh, you run 9 to 5, they have 9 to 5 jobs, but they run this as sort of like a second hustle. I usually wonder how they do it because even we that are sort of like into it 247, it's really taxing for us. Now, how much more you do that? You're not there on ground, who is monitoring your data? Honestly, I don't know how to do it. Funny enough, I'd like to have someone who does that and is doing it successfully. I'd like to have a person come on the live chat. But either way, it's long and short of this whole story is, what is your real problem? Do you understand? In your business, what is the real challenge? Is it your pricing? Is it your... Oma has left our chat. What happened? Well, let me try to invite her again because I don't know what happened. Okay. What happened? You left.
Sorry, I don't know what happened actually.
I think you touched something.
Yeah, I think so. I guess so.
Okay, so either ways, whatever the challenge is, you need to find the root of the problem and focus on solving that. And if pricing is your problem, then you should join my pricing masterclass. So that's because your price is like the fundamental determinant of how much you will earn as a business. Do you understand?
Sorry.
So I just wanted to talk about the pricing masterclass. So basically, it's starting on the 5th of February. It is 10,000 right now. By 3rd of February, it's going to go up to 15,000. And after the class, it's going to sit at 15,000 naira. Like, no shaking. And everybody knows I don't offer discounts. Do you understand? Yeah, everybody knows that. Even if you're buying all of my courses, everybody knows I don't offer discounts. So it is what it is. So thank you so much for coming on this live. I am super grateful. Like, I'm so glad that I was able to do this. Yeah. And I'm sure that because I've been seeing a lot of messages of people saying this was very, very helpful. So I'm sure that people have found this very, very helpful. I don't know if you have any last words to say.
I think you wrapped it up. The only thing I'll just say, be consistent, don't give up. Once you get to a block end, look for another way. We are Nigerians, and I know there are people that are also not Nigerians that join this, but I think we are just resilient people. So just always look for way to find your way out of it. If you have to rest, come back.
Yeah.
What?
I said tap into that your Nigerian spirit.
Yes. So if you have to rest, take a break, come back, but don't give up.
Yeah.
You can lie down while at it. When you're very tired, you see that your legs are lie down, but don't give up.
Yeah, and then
that's just the thing.
Yeah, I wanted to suggest to people this. I said this very ready, and I've done this. If you've gotten to a point in your business tired, yeah, it's almost like you're burnt out. You know, you can actually get a job. Do you understand? Take a break, get a job. You can get a job within the industry. Do you understand? What's happening? I hope it's not about to end without my. Okay, so you can take a break, you can get a job, just do something, get a job, do an internship, just get a job, do an internship, just take that break, just to sort of like find your whys, find your strength, and then taking a job helps you see how other people are running their own brand. I think you tend to learn a lot from that. Do you understand? So I just wanted to say that. So thank you so very much for everybody that has joined. Thank you. If you had any something.
Thank you very much for taking out time to listen to us. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
And check out Oma's page at July by Oma. Did I pin her page? I don't know if I pinned it.
Okay, you pinned it earlier. You pinned it earlier.
I'll pin it in the post. When I'm reposting this out, pin it again. So thank you so very much, guys.
Thank you for having me. All right, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.